and I'm videoing too. Okay, boys and girls, I will be going through the study guide for your math test that you will be taking on multiplication, division, and word problems. So the first one says 6,050 divided by 25. So I'm going to work that problem out on my screen. Okay, so I need to see how many times. First thing I'm doing is division. Remember your steps. Dirty, monkey, smell bad. So the first thing is division. So it's 60 divided by 25. That's my first step. So I need to see how many groups of 25 I can get out of 60. So what I would do is I would go on the side somewhere and I would try it. So I want y'all to do this. I have a group of students in here with me as well. So they're doing this with me on their papers. So if you hear me talking to somebody, that's who I'm talking to. So I got 25 times, what do y'all want to try? Let's try, we can't try 10. We can't try a two-digit number. So let's try 4. Let's try 4. So 25 times 4. I'm trying to get as close to 60 as I can without going over. So 5 times 4 is 20. I'll put my 0, carry my 2. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So that gave me 100. So that's too much. It's over. So now I need to drop down. I'll go back to 2. I'll try 2. So 25 times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Put a 0, carry my 1. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So that puts me at 50. If I did 3 groups of 25, I know that's going to put me at 75 because I just know that one more, if I add 25 to 50, that'll put me at 75. But if I didn't know and I needed to check it, I could do that as well. So go ahead and write this as well, 25 times 3. If you're watching at home, you don't have to do this, but so 5 times 3 is 15. Put my 5, carry my 1. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. But actually, yeah, you can do this at home too. So that gave me 75. So I know that that's more than 60. So I cannot go 3 groups. I can't do 3 groups of 25. I can only do 2 groups. So my 2 goes up here above my 0. Then I would do what next? Multiply 2 times 25. And that gives me what? We already did it. It gave me what? 25 times 2 was 50. So I put 50 under here. Then I subtract 0 minus 0 is 0. 6 minus 5 is 1. So that gives me 10. So then I have to go to my next step, which is to bring down. I'm bringing down my 5. So that 5 goes right there beside that 0. So now I have a new number down here, 105. So now I'm going to go back to step 1, which is to divide. So I'm dividing 105 by 25. So I'm trying to figure out how many groups of 25 I can get out of 105. And I've already tried something over here that looks like it's probably going to be the closest I can get. And that's going to be 4 because 25 times 4, if you can see here, got me 100. If I did another group of 25, that would give me 125. So I will be over 105. So I can get 4 groups of 25 out of 105. And I'm sorry if you can't see that. It won't let me write above there. So that's a 4. You know what? Let me just write that over so y'all can see it better. Because I do not want it to be confusing looking. Well, I'm not going to. All right, I'm going to rewrite it right here. 6050 divided by 25. 25 went into 60 2 times. I multiplied, I got 50. Subtracted, I got 10. Brought down my 5. I can get 4 groups of 25 out of 105. Now 4 times 25 gave me 100. So I'll put that under here. Then I subtract that and I get 5. Then I bring down, my next step is to bring down, so I'm bringing down to 0. Now I'm doing 50 divided by 25. So I'm trying to see how many groups of 25 I can get out of 50. And I already did it. And it is 2. Good job, y'all. So 2 goes up there. Now I multiply 2 times 25, which will get me 50. Because I've already done the work. That's why you don't want to erase. Whenever you try something on your scratch paper, don't erase it because you may need that. So keep it there. So that gives me 50. Then I subtract that and I get 0. So my answer would be 242. All right. That's that one. Shh. So that's that one. Now I'm going to go to my next one. This is a word problem. It says, Miss Smith bought some treats for her class. She bought 18 packs of candy. Each pack contains 13 pieces of candy. How many pieces of candy did she purchase? So I don't know the total yet because it just tells me that she bought 18 packs and each pack had a certain amount in there. So I don't know my total. So I'm having to find out the total pieces of candy. So I have to multiply on this one. So I'm going to do 18 times 13. And if I do that, I have 8 times 3, which gives me 24. So I put my 4, carry my 2. Then I do 1 times 3, which is 3, plus the 2, which is 5. Then I put my 0 to hold my place. I mark out my 3 because I've already used it, and I'll mark out my 2 because I've already used it. Now I have to multiply 8 times 1, and that gives me 8. Then I multiply 1 times 1, and that gives me 1. And I add that up to get my answer. That's going to be 4, 13, carry my 1, and 2. So 234 would be my answer. Okay, so that's it for that one. All right. Next one is just a division problem. It just says solve. So I'm going to solve that. I'm going to stack it up. Put my 588 in the house. Not stacking anything. And 21 outside. So I'm going to ask myself, first I'm dividing. Remember your steps, dirty monkey smell bad. So I'm going to divide 58 by 21. Of course, I can't do 5 by 21 because 21 cannot go into 5 because 21 is too big. It's bigger than 5. So now I'm going to see how many groups of 21 I can get out of 58. Pay attention. So I need to try something. I'll try 21 times 3. I'm just going to try that first. See what I get. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 3 is 6. Well, that put me over. It's close, but it put me over. So I'm going to try 2. 21 times 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. I know it's going to have to be 2 groups because it can't be 3 groups because 3 is too big. So I have to stick with 2. So my 2 goes above my 8. Then I multiply. 2 times 21, and I already know what that is. It's 42 because I already did it over there. So that's 42. Then I'm going to subtract. 8 minus 2 gives me 6, and 5 minus 4 gives me 1. So that gives me, I have 16 right here, but now I have to do what? No, I have to bring down my 8. So I have 168 now down there. Now I'm going to divide. I'm back to the beginning. I just brought down. Remember, after bringing down, the next step is divide. So I'm doing 168 divided by 21. So I'm trying to find out how many groups of 21 I can get out of 168. So we need to try something. Let's try 8. No, let's try 9 first. Let's try 9. So 1 times 9 is 9. 2 times 9 is 18. So that's too big. So I have to go back down a step. So I'll try 8. 21 times 8. 1 times 8 is 8. 2 times 8 is 16. That gave me 168 exactly. So how many groups of 21 can I get out of 168? 8. So 8 goes up here. Then I multiply 21 times 8 and I got 168. And I subtract and I get 0. So my answer is 28. All right. I said, yeah. All right, so now I'm going to the next one. It says Kim is multiplying two numbers. So she's multiplying 485 times 39. Those are her two numbers. It says she started to solve the multiplication problem, but has not finished. So then it says under there, she thinks she made a mistake with the circled digit. So she thinks she made a mistake right there. What digits should she have written instead of those circled? So guess what we're going to have to do to know? Going to have to solve it. Going to have to multiply. So I have 485 times 39. So we're going to solve. We're going to start working it out and find out what her mistake was with that circle, the circle part, 36. That's what she had circled. So my first step is 5 times 9, which is 45. So I'm going to put my 5, carry my 4. Then I'm going to do 8 times 9, which is 72, plus the 4, 76. So I'm going to put my 6, carry my 7. Then I'm going to do 4 times 9 plus the 7. So 4 times 9 is 4 times 9 is 36 plus the 7. 36 plus the 7 would be 43. So I'm putting my 3 and my 4. So if you look at what she did, sit up. If you look at what she did, have we found out what her mistake was? She has a 36 right here when she should have a 43. So if I look at what she did, I see that she did 4 times 9 and got 36, and she forgot to do what? She forgot to add in her 7. So she just wrote 36 down here. So I've already found my mistake. She did not add in her 7. So that's all we had to do was find out her mistake right there. We know it now. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to solve this problem. So I'm going to put my 0 to hold my place. So y'all go ahead and continue solving it. 5 times 3 is, I'm going to go ahead and mark this out, and this out because I've already used it. So I'm going to do 5 times 3, get 15, put my 5, carry my 1. Y'all need to be doing this. Then I'm going to do 8 times 3 is 24 plus 1 is 25. Put my 5, carry my 2. You need to write it. Then I'm going to do 4 times 3, which is 12 plus 2 is 14. Now I'm going to add it up. 5, 1, carry my 1, 8, 9 right here. Then 4 plus 4 is 16. Then that's 2. So I got 26,915. All right, let's go to the next one. It's okay. All right, next one, we're multiplying again. So we have 23 times 47. 3 times 7 gives me 21. Gotta put my 1, carry my 2. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 2 is 16. Put my 0 to hold my place. Mark out my 7 and my 2. Then I'll do 3 times 4 to get 12. Put my 2, carry my 1. Then I'll do 2 times 4 to get 8 plus 1 is 9. Then I'll add it up. So I have 1, I have 8, and I have 10. So 1,081 is my answer. All right, next one. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that video so it won't be so long. So that's one video. I'll come back for part 2.